Hello and good day. This is my garden that I will try to show you today a little bit of. I'm starting with milkweed. This is the first plant that I started with because I wanted to help the monarch butterfly and its population. And it's kind of takes over, but I'll start with this plant. Now this particular plant is probably around 5 feet. I am just over 5 feet tall and it's about eye level, and so they get quite tall, and as you can see, big thick leaves, very thick leaves, not thick in terms of its, well, I mean, also in terms of its thickness, but in terms of its span. And here is a monarch egg on this particular plant. I noticed a butterfly the other day coming through, so there's a couple here that have eggs again on them, and I tried to show them as they're in bloom. This particular one whole blossom will open up, and as it's fertilized, it becomes, by different insects including the monarch butterfly, it becomes a pod that carries seeds in the fall. And if I continue to make videos, I'll show that too. But those pods carry so many seeds that it gets quite weedy and spreading, and that's what I've kind of allowed to happen. So if I go down here into the irises, you can see where all these have come up, and I've let them come up. Pardon my house, it needs painting. So, and here's oh, why can't I think of words right now when I'm doing this, but a peony that my aunt gave me. It's a beautiful white peony. And then I have a sedum coming up in here too. So I've included a lot of other plants in this as I've gone, and I'll try to show the natives that I've raised, but I started with milkweed, and I went to the side of a road in the fall and collected like a handful of pods and just, you know, put them out in my garden. And a lot of the other plants that I have in here were either given to me or I bought in a few ways, or I just collected seed from roadways and ditchways and spread seed and things came up. But this is the one I wanted to show, not only with that egg but also the height of what milkweed. This is common milkweed, and I'm probably going to butcher the name for the scientific name, but I believe it's Asclepias syriaca, and but common milkweed, and that's what I started with the monarch butterfly. And then coming over here, I can show, I know I've shown a short of this guy before. Here's, trying to balance myself on here. Here is one of the caterpillars that have come up on these milkweed, and here are the flowers as they're opening. So they're very beautiful, very fragrant, very sweet fragrance. And one of the things that's maybe not quite so nice about them is that they do collect flies, but I appreciate what they do for the monarchs, so I keep them going. I'll try to see if I can see some more eggs on these, but I don't know when I can show you the undersides. What the butterfly will do is it will hang on the leaf and then lay its egg on the underside. So when you're looking for eggs, look to the underside of the plant. Sometimes what I do is I try to kind of grab it down here at the base, if I do this with the stem, and then just kind of fold it over and look, so that I'm careful about the eggs that I can try to observe. So that is common milkweed in my butterfly garden. I have a collection of probably over at least a dozen to almost 2 dozen plants that I've either collected that are native, so I'll try to every so often show those plants that I've collected to help these butterflies and other insects survive in our modern world.